Kanchipuram, Vaikunta Perumal Temple. Kanchipuram, located in the heart of the city, the Vaikunta Perumal Temple is a unique masterpiece that showcases the greatness of Dravidian architecture. This temple is known by the name Thiruparameswara Vinnagaram. It is one of the 108 Divya Desams praised by the Alvars. This temple is significant for its unique three-tiered structure, the rare art of sculpting the life of the Pallava king Nandivarman II, and its historical grandeur. This temple serves not only as a spiritual site, but also as a historical document of the Pallava dynasty, which is considered a revolutionary attempt in Indian art history. History of the temple and King Nandivarman II, Pallavamalla. Construction and dating. The Vaikunta Perumal Temple was built by the Pallava king Nandivarman II, Pallavamalla. He is also referred to as Parameshwaravarman. Historians suggest that this temple was built in the 8th century CE. Specifically, the temple was constructed during King Nandivarman II's reign from 731 CE to 796 CE. However, it is widely accepted that the temple was built during the reign of King Nandivarman II. A detailed look at King Nandivarman II, Pallavamalla. The history of King Nandivarman II, who built this temple, is unique. He was not a direct heir to the Pallava dynasty. He belonged to another branch of the Pallava family. Since the previous Pallava king, Parameshwaravarman II, died without an heir, the ministers and leaders of the country searched for a new king. They found Nandivarman in a distant region and brought him to Kanchipuram at the age of 12 or 13, where he was crowned. This narrative of his lineage and the unusual way he ascended the throne is documented on the temple walls and as sculptures, which further increases its historical significance. Inscriptions indicate that he ruled for about 65 years. Difference between Kanchipuram and Uthiramerur temples. Though both temples were built by the same king, Nandivarman II, they are in different locations and have different historical significance. The Vaikunta Perumal Temple in Kanchipuram extensively narrates the history of the Pallava dynasty, especially events like Nandivarman's ascension to the throne through sculptures on its walls. These sculptures are the unique identity of this temple. At the same time, the Vaikunta Perumal Temple in Uthiramerur is famous for its Chola-era inscriptions. These inscriptions clearly document the ancient democratic election method known as the Kudavolai system. This Kudavolai system is considered a precursor to the Indian Panchayat Raj Act and has been praised globally. Architectural excellence. A masterpiece carved in stone Dravidian architecture and unique features. The Vaikunta Perumal Temple is an excellent example of Pallava-style Dravidian architecture. The temple is primarily built using sandstone, while its foundation and key load-bearing parts of the Vimana tower are made of granite. The unique Pallava art form of the Sinhas, lions, depicted as rampant lions, is beautifully crafted here. This lion motif is a common feature of Pallava art found in Mamallapuram and the Kalasnath temple in Kanchi. The roof of the temple's hall is supported by walls without pillars, which is considered a fine example of Chola-era architecture. Later, during the dominance of the Chola kings, some granite pillars were added as part of renovation works. This action shows that the later rulers respected and cared for the artistic creations of their predecessors. Three-tiered temple. Perumal's three postures. The Parameshwara Vinnagaram, Vaikunta Perumal Temple in Kanchipuram is famous for its unique three-tiered temple structure. This temple is not just a building, it also carries a deep spiritual message. Legends say that the temple was built based on how Vishnu appeared to the king in three postures: seated, reclining, and standing. Perumal is visible on all three levels of the temple. Ground floor. On this level, the main deity, Vaikunta Perumal, gives darshan in a seated posture. First floor. Here, Ranganath Perumal appears in a reclining posture, Sainath Thirukolam. Devotees can only have darshan of this reclining posture on Ekadashi days. Second floor. On this level, Paramatmanatha gives darshan in a standing posture. This level is not open for darshan to devotees. The structure has the three main forms of Perumal, seated, reclining, and standing in a single Vimana. However, it is notable that not all forms can be seen on all days. Sculptural Gallery, Pallav History in Stone. The sculptures on the perimeter walls of the Vaikunta Perumal Temple are not just works of art, they are a complete historical document. This series of sculptures is the first attempt in Indian art to chronologically depict a historical event. Through this, the Pallavs' interest in documenting their history is evident. A king having the history of his ascension to the throne carved as sculptures in a temple is seen as a key tool to establish the divine and historical justification for his rule. These rare works of art are protected and maintained by the Archaeological Survey of India. History engraved in sculptures. The sculptures of this temple elaborately narrate the story of the Pallav dynasty. The sculptures begin with the divine origin of the Pallav dynasty from Vishnu and Brahma. This is followed by a description of the mythological lineage of the dynasty through Vedic rishis like Angira, Brihaspati, Dronacharya, and Ashwatthama. Furthermore, many sculptures depict the coronation ceremonies of various kings, with a final sculpture showing the ascension of Nandivarman II to the throne. Also, a sculpture clearly shows the visit of the Chinese traveler Hiuen Tsang, who arrived in Kanchipuram in 642 CE. Other sculptures depict battle scenes, hunting events, and administrative events like the king delivering justice to his people. These sculptures provide rare information about the ruling methods of the Pallav kings, their martial prowess, and cultural events. Main deity and other deities. The main deity of the Vaikunta Perumal Temple is called Vaikunthanathan or Permapnathan. His consort is called Vaikunthavali Thayar. The main deity in this temple faces west and gives darshan in a seated posture to devotees. Daily rituals and festival period rituals are performed according to the Vaikasana Agama rules. The temple's doors are open from 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Other temples built by Nandivarman II. There are many Shiva temples built during the Pallav period in Kanchipuram. Some of them are believed to have been constructed during the reign of Nandivarman II. Kanchi Mukteswarar Temple. This is a Shiva temple built during the Pallav period. Inscriptions from the time of Nandivarman II are found here. The main deity of this temple is Mukteswarar, and the goddess's name is Parvati Devi. It is believed that a devotee attained mukti, liberation, here after performing penance, hence the name Mukteswarar. Kanchi Matangeswar Temple. This is another Shiva temple in Kanchipuram. It is believed to have been built in the late Pallav period at the end of the 8th century, which falls during the reign of Nandivarman II. This temple is located in the northern part of the first Prakram corridor of the Ekambarnatha temple. A unique feature of the sculptures here is that the Dwarpalkas, gatekeepers, have 4 arms. The history of this temple is related to Vishnu. It is said that Vishnu, known as Madhavan, saw Shiva's dance in Thillai, Chidambaram, and also wanted to play the drum. So, according to Shiva's command, he came here, installed the Shiva Linga, and was granted the boon to play the drum. Because of this, the Shiva here is also known as Matla Madhaveshwara. Other major temples and tourist attractions in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is called the city of 1,000 temples. Besides the Vaikunta Perumal Temple, there are many other significant temples and tourist spots here. Famous temples. Kalasnath Temple. This is the oldest stone temple in Kanchipuram. It was built by the Pallav king Rajasimha II in the 7th century. It is famous for its sandstone carvings and Dravidian architecture. Ekambarnatha Temple. This is one of the Pacha Bhuta Sthalams, 5-element temples, representing the element of earth. The temple is spread over 25 acres, and its tower is 57 meters tall, one of the tallest in South India. Kamakshi Amman Temple. Considered one of the 51 Shakti Pithas, Goddess Kamakshi is seated in a Padmasana posture here. This temple is called the heart of Kanchipuram. Vardharaja Perumal Temple. This is also a Divya Desam. The temple houses Athivarada, who gives darshan once every 40 years, and Devraja Perumal. Ulgalanta Perumal Temple. A unique feature of this temple is that 4 Divya Desams are located within a single complex. They are Thiruparameswara. The main deity here is Ulgalanta Perumal, Trivikraman, in the Trivikrama posture. This is the main sanctum of the temple. Thirukarkam. The main deity here is Karungara Perumal. Thirukarvanam. The main deity here is Kalvar Perumal. Thirunirgdam. The main deity here is Thirunirgathan Jagdiswarar. Because these 4 temples are located within a single complex, devotees get the opportunity to visit 4 Divya Desams in one place. This feature is very rare in other Vaishnav temples in Tamil Nadu. Other major temples. Besides these, there are many other significant temples in Kanchipuram, such as the Kajbeshwara temple and the Pandavdutta Perumal temple. Other places. Kachi Sankara Matam. This is an important spiritual center founded by Adi Shankara. Kachi Kudal, a century-old traditional house now converted into a museum that illustrates the ancient lifestyle of Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram's historical treasure. The Kanchi Vaikunta Perumal Temple is not just a place of spiritual worship, but also a rare masterpiece that represents the pinnacle of Pallav art and the life history of a king carved in stone. Its unique structure as a 3-tiered temple proclaims the union of architecture and spirituality. The historical sculptures carved on the temple walls reveal the Pallav sense of history, artistic flair, and administrative skills. These are considered a significant milestone in Indian art history. These historical evidences and architectural wonders establish this temple as a treasure in the history of Kanchipuram and Indian culture. To see our other posts about the Pallav kings and their magnificent works of art, and to encourage us, please subscribe and watch the contents of our playlist. Thank you.